Oh boy, okay. Man, a wise man once said that watching Chelsea should come with a health warning. Um, I think we've had a prime example of that once again. Um, Let me just do my routine checks as always. Everything looks good so far. My chat is not here again. Let me pop that out. Pop out the chat. Say hi if you're in chat. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Indeed, we can send United a thank you card. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it really mattered whether they drew or United won. But I mean, United winning puts Newcastle at least 1 point further behind us. So there's that. That's good. Obviously, we now go into our final game of the season, and if Tottenham somehow lose to Sheffield United, and trust me, I will be hate watching that game as much as possible, um, we can get fifth. Which, if you told us about a few months ago, before Christmas even, that we would be fifth at the end of the season, I would think that you're lying to me. I would joke. I would be joking with you. I'd be like, you're not telling me the truth. Um, so yeah, we're gonna Oh, I've just seen someone said their first time you're in the live. Welcome in. I'm glad you managed to make it to the live. Um, but yeah, I'm going to hit the intro real quick, just so I can have the music in the background, as I so often say, because I don't like having it be quiet. And yeah, then we'll get into the episode.
Lads, lasses, and the rest of the masses, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mono from Mono CFC, and welcome to Feeling Blue.
Alright, welcome to Feeling Blue. Now, I do have 7 points this time. I haven't cheated. I do have 7 points. Admittedly, one of them concerns about four players, so I'm kind of cheating in that regard. But yes, as usual, we will go from left to right, from good feelings to bad feelings, and then at the end we'll run the poll for the true blue. And I think that that's going to be quite a difficult one to pick, honestly. But luckily, I do have 4 points in the good box, so the poll will probably be quite easy to pick up because it will be those four. Where I don't know where we should start. I think we should just kind of. I kind of want to preface this by saying that if we didn't concede that late goal, and obviously we had situations that happened late on as well, I would have predicted this game like completely right. Would have been a 2-0 victory with Palmer and Nkunku scoring. We got the balloon celebration finally. I have been waiting for so long for that. It's a shame it's not in the home kit. Let's hope we can get another one against Bournemouth and we can get it in the home kit. Obviously, I've got that on the thumbnail today. Oh man, it's good that we've won. I will say it's good that we've won. I've got a lot of negative things to kind of talk about today, just because of the way that the end of the game went. But obviously now we are up to 60 points. We are up to 6th place in the league. We are just 3 points behind Tottenham Hotspur, and we have a better goal difference than Tottenham Hotspur. So, as I mentioned briefly just then, if they lose to Sheffield somehow, then we will leapfrog them into 5th place, which is absolutely mind-boggling considering how our season has gone. Obviously, United and Newcastle playing each other today, and United winning that game did us a massive, massive favour, so there's that. Cool, let's get straight into this. Let's talk about... who should we talk about first? Who should we talk about first? You know what? Because I talk about him so often, I haven't really got many more words to say about him. Let's put Cole Palmer in. Palmer obviously getting our first goal is always important. It's an absolutely beautiful header, and to be quite honest, I didn't, when I saw it go in, I couldn't really believe that it had gone in. I thought that something had happened, like, you know when like there's that like when ghost goals happened and it's gone through the side netting. I thought that had happened because it felt like no one reacted to the goal when it went in, and it's such an impossible angle that he has scored from with his little flick on header, and it was very ironically quite Didier Drogba-esque in the way that it snuck into the far corner. Of course he's going to get on in the score sheet, isn't he? It's just, he's him. He does it. I say it every single week. I put him in this box and I say, wow, how good is Cole Palmer? And I think we're now starting to see as well that he's actually being able to bring in the other players into the team as well, which is something that we kind of feared wouldn't be able to happen, because obviously we can't become a one-man team, and obviously at the moment we are a one-man team. Let's not sugarcoat it. We are a one-man team. We are Palmer FC right now. So it's good that he's actually being able to help the other players in the team get better too, and we're starting to get some goal scorers and assisters from other areas of the pitch. Let's talk about another forward, because I'm moving quite swiftly on here. I'm going to be putting someone in the medium box today, and it's Nicholas Jackson. Now, I think overall he played relatively well, which is why he's not in bad, but I cannot excuse the decision making in the final third from him today. It was absolutely woeful. He was so good up until the final ball. Every single thing he did today was perfect except for the final ball. We could have been 3 or 4-0 up in this game and never had this nervy situation that happens at the end of the game if he just, thought a bit quicker. And it is really frustrating, because it's one of those things where we know that he can do it because he's done it in the past. It's not a matter of the fact that he's unable to do it. It's just he needs to, I don't know, it's just, I feel like he just needs to be coached slightly better in terms of knowing when to release the ball, knowing when it's actually time to let go of it and stop dribbling and actually try and get a shot off. I mean, like, half the time I get frustrated with Jackson. Obviously I have so much support for Jackson as a player, and I've always been a big admirer of his, but the one thing that does peeve me is the fact he just doesn't shoot enough. I feel like he either doesn't shoot enough, or he doesn't play the simple pass. And there's this one situation that I want to highlight specifically, which he should be 100% sweating it to Nkunku, and he is free, completely free in the middle, and he takes an extra touch or an extra 2 touches. And I know the idea behind it is that he's trying to get the goalkeeper closer to him, so it's a free tap in from Nkunku, but he just gives the defender time to get back and intercept, and then the pass doesn't come off. And it's just frustrating because it's those slim margins, and I've spoken about this in the past. Slim margins are everything in football. And it's those slim margins that could have affected us today. Obviously now, but we did manage to hang on at the end of the game and not concede a second goal and lose the points. So there we go. It's not as bad, but he does really need to work on that. But yeah, I've put him in the medium box because apart from that, I think his overall game was really well, but very good, really good today. He was getting on the half turn, he was holding the ball up, he was competing for it in the air, he was spinning in on the right channel, spinning in on the left channel, bringing other players into the game, which is what you can ask for. Obviously, the goals will come eventually. More goals will come. He's obviously got 15 now, I believe. Or is it 16? I think it's 16 in all comps. I'm not sure. Was it 17? It might be 17 in all comps and 15 in the league. I can't remember. But he's getting a good goal tally in his first season in English football. I can't really ask for more, but obviously he will improve. He is a young player, so we'll see him in this box more in the future. Let's go to the first bad. And gold star goes to anyone in chat that can guess what's going in here first. Because I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious. Okay, well, I'd say the first thing, but Hoodie has actually called both. The first one is the referees. This was, I'm not gonna curse. This is a good day. I'm not gonna curse. This was a absolutely farcical amount of horrific refereeing decisions. VAR got involved about 4 times, and I think that pretty much every single one of the decisions they made was fucking wrong. I've sworn now, I don't care. The ref in general was just giving every 50-50 to Brighton, getting conned by the home crowd every single time. Brighton players were throwing themselves to the floors for just the smallest thing that wasn't even fouls, and they were getting them every time. And then on the other end, when we were having those situations happen, he was letting the game play on, and it was just horrific, man. It's just horrific. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Lamptey. Lamptey should not have been on the pitch. He should not have been on the pitch, and it's disgusting to me the fact that the VAR officials can sit there in their stupid little box, not even in the stadium. They can sit there in their stupid box and look at their stupid fucking screens, and they can look at that challenge and think that is not violent conduct, and then have the gall and have the arrogance to suggest that there is, quote, I believe the terminology they use is no, what do they say? I can't remember what it was now. I'm too frustrated. But they said, like, no conclusive evidence for that being violent conduct. Do you want to know what the conclusive evidence is? It's our Ukrainian winger that is in the dressing room with a concussion. How much more evidence do you need? From just watching it on a screen, you can see, first of all, if you just look at the two players, you can see that the challenge is horrific. But then when the player is down with a concussion, you should be like, okay, maybe something bad did happen. Huh. Funny how there's no foul, apparently. It's no red card, but a player just magically got a concussion and had to come off the pitch. You know, that happens every day. Insufficient evidence. Absolute farcical nonsense. And this isn't the only decision that VAR gets involved in and messes up, in my opinion. The disallowed goal for Jackson. That's actually part of the reason why I've put Jackson in this medium box. He should have been given a goal. He didn't get one. He should have had one. For a push in the back of a player that should not have even been on the pitch. It wasn't a push at all. He wasn't offside. This was a perfectly fine goal that's been ruled out for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it's sickening. It's sickening to me. It's just... And I've got a conspiracy theory here, right? And I'm gonna talk about other VAR decisions in a sec, because that's in a different point, not in this one. I've got a conspiracy. Obviously, we had this thing come out today about VAR possibly being scrapped. VAR possibly being scrapped, and I think they genuinely went out of their way today to make as many errors as possible to try and turn the clubs against it so they can get rid of it. I genuinely believe that that's what they're doing, because there is no way they can get this amount of decisions wrong. Someone's mentioned the Kukureya foul. I think that is one of the decisions they did get right. I think it's one of those things where it's a bit of a 50-50, and it's a bit of a 50-50 decision whether you cast it as a foul. I think he does get the man. I think he gets the ball too. Usually when you get the man and the ball, it is a foul, and the referee has decided that it is a foul. That's the on-field decision. Now, the thing which I have an issue with it, I think that is a contentious foul. I'm not going to say whether it's a foul or not. I don't think it's conclusive enough to say whether it's a foul or not. But the thing is, VAR is only supposed to step in when it is a clear and obvious error from the referee. How in God's name do they think that that is a clear error? If the referee is given that as a pen and they have to slow it down so many times and they waste about 6 minutes, there was 9 added minutes in this first half. They waste about 6 minutes looking at this. How is it clear? How is it clear and obvious that the referee has made a mistake if it takes you that long? Like how? How can you class it as clear and obvious? They bring the referee over to the screen for this, right? To see whether this is a foul or not. Right? They don't bring the referee over to the screen for when Tariq Lamptey decides to do a rugby tackle on Mykhailo Mudryk. It's just a joke. It's a joke. I said this a month ago. I said I don't like talking about the referees because they are genuinely the one thing. If I can improve one thing in football, it would be just to get rid of English referees from football. Any referee that is English can fucking do one, and honestly, in my opinion, get the European referees in because they're great. All the referees in Europe are an absolute godsend in comparison to the referees that we have in this. The thing about the corner, I've seen some people in chat talking about the corner. It shouldn't be a corner because of how it should be a corner. In my head, it should be a corner, but because of the way that the VAR checks work nowadays, it doesn't happen that way. If a VAR check has to happen and the decision goes against the team, it will always result in a drop ball. That's just the ruling. I think that the ruling is fucking stupid, to be quite honest. But yeah, of course, referee didn't stop the game for Mudryk either when he was on the floor with a head injury, which is another contentious thing. And then obviously we get the late decision with Reece James, which I'll talk about in a little bit later. Overall, I just think the referees were utterly abysmal in this game, and it's a miracle. It's a miracle that we won this game 10 men versus 12. Genuinely, it's an absolute miracle. Let's get into something a bit more positive. Let's talk about should we talk about go on. Let's talk about Kaiso, because he's dyed his hair and he has somehow gotten even better. This man was everywhere today, absolutely everywhere. Every single time we won the ball back, I swear it was him. I think he was really spurred on by the constant boos and the constant harassment of the Brighton fans, and I think that him and Cucurella, who I'll talk about in a little bit, I think those two especially were really trying to prove a point in this game, and Kaiso just looked like the best midfielder in the league today. Genuinely looked like just looked like the best defensive player in the entire league, and I think we are finally starting to turn the media. I think we're slowly starting to turn the media's perception of Kaiso, because the price tag is always going to be over his head. And I've said this many times. He can't control the price tag. All he can control is how well he plays. And he has given us 7 to 8 out of 10 performances for like the last 4 months, maybe 5 months. And even in the last month or two now, he's upgraded those 7 or 8 out of 10s to 8 to 9 out of 10s. He's just been so good, and obviously he showed in the game before, in the Nottingham Forest game, that he does have the vision and the passing. But the thing which is especially good about him today is not just his defensive actions, it's that ability to just play those intricate 1-2 passes and play those triangles, keep us ticking, but also get us out of dangerous situations. When the ball goes wide to Cucurella or to Gusto or to Trevor Chalobah, if the ball goes long, he's out there. He is always the man that drops deep and helps us get out of that situation when we're under pressure. And it's ironic because it's what Brighton taught him how to do. That's exactly what he did when he was at Brighton, was dropping deep, getting the ball, receiving the ball under pressure and spinning away and getting us up the pitch. And I can't wait to see. That's so bizarre. Sorry, that was really bizarre. I was about to say the sentence, I can't wait to see Kaiso and Enzo really pick up next season, and someone literally put that in chat as I said it. That's really bizarre. Called it. I thought I was the mystic. Apparently someone in chat is the mystic instead. But yeah, I just think that he's just getting better every game, and that 115 million that we spent on him seems like a bargain, which is crazy to say. Absolutely crazy to say. Now we can move on to the final bad, and then we've got 2 goods. We can move on to the final bad, and you guys know what it's going to be for. It's going to be for Reece James. I've got multiple things I want to talk about this, because let's say it's flat out. It's 100% a deserved red card. It is 100% a red card. I'm not going to deny that. I think it's petulant. I think it's silly from James. I think he was frustrated in that moment because it's a cynical foul from Joao Pedro, and obviously he's coming back from such a bad injury, and when you are injured and someone throws you to the floor like that, I can understand that he's reacted that way. What I will not stand for is people calling this a kick out and saying it's violent conduct. I don't think it's violent conduct at all. He has not kicked him, he has pushed him away with his foot. It's farcical to say that it's a kick out. I do think it's still a red card, but I will also add the caveat that this should not be a red card if the one earlier is not a red card. It's simple. You have to be consistent, and this is the thing which I hate about the referees in this thing, and I'm not going to say VAR because it's not the technology, it's the actual referees, right? It's the thing I hate about the referees in this country and in this league, is the consistency is just non-existent. How has Lamptey somehow not got sent off, and then James gets sent off for this, for a push with his foot? It's not a stamp, it's not a getting up and pushing someone, which we see all the time, and when that happens, that it's only given as a yellow most of the time. He's going to miss 4 games. He's going to miss this game, the Bournemouth match, and he's going to miss the 3 at the start of the season, which is just, you need to start your season strongly, and not having your captain and not having your pound for pound best player in the team on the pitch for the first 3 games is going to be very bad for us, especially if we need to start quickly next season and actually try and push up the table and not be a mid-table team. Speaking of the captaincy, I should say, I think this is another thing which I've kind of spoken about, and I think it was, when was it? I think it was all the way back when we had that horrific game against Newcastle where he got sent off as well. I said that I don't think James is mature enough to be our captain. I think he's showing that again today. Like he is a bit too young and a bit too silly and a bit too arrogant to hold that captaincy, and he showed it again today. He's not ready for it, because you can't be doing these types of things He can't be doing these types of things as the captain. You can't be leading by example if you're doing silly things like this. And he only plays a short amount of minutes and then gets sent off immediately for a straight red. And again, it's such an avoidable thing. It's so avoidable. And him going off obviously puts us under loads of pressure. The referees give 10 minutes of added time for... I don't know what. I genuinely have no clue why there was 10 minutes of added time. It didn't take that much time to do the check on the red card. There was basically no injuries in the second half as well. Really not sure where that came from. They obviously score in stoppage time, and we just thought, oh, this is going to happen again, isn't it? I just felt like that. I was like, this is going to happen. Luckily, we held on. And yeah, luckily we held on. And sorry, I've just got a message and it's just got a message and it distracted me. Luckily we held on and we did win the game, but it's one of those things where he puts us into a situation where we shouldn't be ever in, and I'm always going to put him in the bad for getting sent off. You just can't be doing that. And after we gave him so much praise in the last game too, and yeah, cool. Let's move into the good box, and I'm going to give this to the defense as a whole. I will highlight some certain players, but the whole point is just for the defense. I think we defended superbly in this game. I think, and again, it's not actually just for the defending. It's just for the players that were the defenders in this game, because all of them were really good. Obviously, Gusto was solid on the right hand side. He got an assist for Nkunku. Cucurella was really good on the left hand side after a bit of a shaky first 10 minutes. He was really, really good. Obviously, he got the assist for Palmer. Badiashile, the one thing which I was so impressed with Badiashile in this game was the fact that I've always said it about him, is that it's weird how he can be 6'4" and so bad in the air. He was so good in the air today. He was making the recovery runs when the ball went long. And I've left one player to last because, my word, and I'm going to be putting him in here, if I can find him. How damn good was Trevor Chalobah in this game? How good was this man? I cannot believe this board has any sense of we might sell this guy. I can't believe it, genuinely. He was our best player on the pitch for majority of this game. He was blocking absolutely everything. He was tackling absolutely everyone. He was running into the channel when the ball went out to Simon Adingra, completely locking him down. He blocked like two basically guaranteed goals. He was winning the ball in the air. He was playing us out of danger. There was one pass that he made right at the end of the game. I think it was like the 96th minute or something like that, where we're under loads of pressure and he pings the ball out to Nkunku on the left-hand side and gets us running up the pitch. I genuinely can't... I've never seen a centre-back performance as good as that in a Chelsea shirt for a long time. I think he was so good. And not only that, but he also played in two positions as well, because he actually moved out to right-back for a bit as well, and he still looked good there. I've always said this about Trevor, is that he's such a versatile player and he's so valuable because he's versatile. But not only is he versatile, he's just bloody good at what he does. He's just really bloody good. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good way of putting it. He's a centre back with Kaiso's mindset and instincts. That is such a good way to put it, because he does have that anticipation, and that's something which we have been lacking. Is that kind of aggressive, forward-thinking defender. We haven't had that for a while. There's going to be an ad running in about 30 seconds, so I apologise for that. But yeah, Chalobah just had a really good game, and we would have kept a clean sheet if it weren't for the late booking, and then the it's a pretty good goal from Brighton, in all honesty. But I don't think we concede it if we had all 11 players on the pitch. I'm gonna wait until the ad plays just so I can talk freely. Okay, the ad is playing now. I don't know if it's skippable, so let me know when the ad is over, I guess. Oh my god. But yeah, I've got one more point that's going to go into this good box, and then once the boxes are full, we'll run the poll. I think we all know who's going in here. It's the man that is on the thumbnail. It's the man that got us the second goal and got us that insurance. It's the man that we have been waiting to score for so long. And that's Christopher Nkunku. And how good does it feel to be able to put Christopher Nkunku Oh, I moved the screen a little bit. How good does it feel to be able to put Christopher Nkunku in a good box? It's taken the whole season, but we've done it. We've done it. Get your balloons in chat. We did it. We've made it. We finally got there. You know what's crazy about Nkunku is the fact that in the limited minutes that he has played this season, he's actually still got a pretty decent goal return. I think he scored. I think that's his third goal in the league. That's more than some players have got who have played like over 20 matches, I'm pretty sure. If this man stays fit, that front three and maybe the front four, it depends on who that fourth player is, because it could be Mudryk, Sterling or Madueke, but that front four of whoever that player is, Jackson, Nkunku and Palmer, is going to be so deadly once they click together, because we saw some really neat patterns of play. Obviously he gets the goal and it's a really good finish from him. We get the celebration, which I love. I've been waiting for it. I don't think we're keeping Sterling, but he's at this current point, he's one of the options. But it's not just the goal, and obviously I can celebrate goals, and I always put players that get goal contributions in the boxes. It's not just the goal that I think that he played well today. I think that obviously he came off of the bench and it felt like he got into the speed of the game really, really quickly. He was able to hold up the ball. He was linking really well. He was playing off of that left-hand side, which is where we kind of theorized he would play at the start of the season, and then it never ended up working out that way because he obviously got injured. And he was just, I've said this before, he's got the same thing as Palmer, where he just looks a class above every other player on the pitch in the terms of the way that he touches the ball, the way that he does his give and goes, the way that he retains the ball in tight spaces and can play out. And he could have had another goal if Jackson decided to actually pass it. That would have been good. He could have had an assist too if Jackson decided to actually score. So he could have had at least 3 goal contributions in this game, and I think he was just everywhere. And if we can get him playing from the start in the game against Bournemouth, which will probably happen considering Mudryk is now injured, I believe concussion protocol means that he will not be able to play sports for a week, so he probably will not be able to play. Obviously our game is in 4 days, I believe. It's on the Sunday against Bournemouth. I might be wrong there actually. Let me check. Let me check. I might be wrong with that. I think it's on the Sunday. It's on the Sunday. So yeah, there's 4 days until that. So if Mudryk is genuinely concussed, he probably will not be allowed to play by the medical staff. So I think Nkunku would probably play off the left hand side. So that's a spoiler for the preview that'll come out on Saturday. But there we go. Yeah, as I said, the preview will come out on Saturday for the Bournemouth game. Obviously that's our last game. And yeah, I'm going to run the poll for our True Blue. And as I said, there's 4 players in there already, so it's pretty sure we're pretty sure who's going to go in the boxes. I'm not sure who you guys will actually choose as the True Blue here, because I think that is actually quite contentious. I think I know who I would vote for, but I don't want to sway your vote, so let me just add these. There we go. Start the poll. Hopefully that's worked. Nice. And whilst that's going on, I'm going to have a sip of my guava juice. I'm kind of the same way. I'm actually really upset because not only is that Bournemouth game obviously going to be Silver's last game, but it's sad that the season is ending now when we're actually deciding to play well. It's been a roller coaster of a season. If again, it's in our hands whether we get European football. I believe in my heart of hearts we are going to get European football, and yeah, we've whether that's in 6th place or in 5th place, if Tottenham somehow lose to Sheffield, then that's yet to be seen. But that's definitely something that we can get. Spurs, I need one more favour. Come on. We also got to keep an eye on the title race, obviously. Let's hope that West Ham do not pull anything crazy. Let's hope that Everton can hold on and try and stop those red bastards from winning the league. I will be hate watching as much as possible in that regard. Hang on, I do just need to quickly respond to this message. Whilst you guys are voting in the poll, I'm going to take my time. But yeah, so yeah, we've got the game on Sunday. As I said, the preview for that will come out on the Saturday. Because there is only 4 days between the 2 games, I unfortunately won't be able to do a tactical breakdown. But as usual, I'll kind of do a mini tactical breakdown of this game in the preview. And a lot of the things which I said in the last preview actually kind of came true in this game. I did kind of want to touch on that, because I called so many things. How I was saying how Brighton would find it very, very easy to play through us, but they would get to the final third and struggle. And that's kind of what they did for the majority of this game. I don't think they didn't get I think they got 2 shots on target until the 90th minute or something like that. And one of them was that really speculative shot from Barco at the end of the game. Yeah, we need City to win the FA Cup, but let's be real. Do you really expect United to beat City? I don't. United are a team that are terrible until they come up against a team that is terrible. So yeah, I won't. That's a good point. I shouldn't jinx it. I shouldn't say anything, because that's every single time I speak, something bad happens. But there we go. I predicted this game right though, pretty much until the 90th plus 70, or the 90th plus 7 rather. So I can't be too far off. Let's end the poll. Let's see who won the poll. I think it was it Kaiso? Did Kaiso win the poll? Wow, I'm actually quite surprised that Kaiso has won the poll, but Kaiso has won the poll, and we'll put him up in the true blue. Now that that's gone, I will give my personal true blue. It will be Chalabar. I think that he was the platform that we kind of built off today. But yeah, I think it's a pretty short stream today. I'm not sure how long we've been going for. Actually, no, it's been about half an hour, so maybe not. But yeah, thanks guys for hanging out as ever. This was the penultimate Feeling Blue of the season. There'll be one more, which will be obviously after the Bournemouth game. I will get the mug cam for the final stream of the year, or the final stream of the season. I will get the mug cam set up. I actually got a new camera today, which I haven't set up yet, so I will do that. So thanks for the support in the last month too. This month's been crazy. Ever since I came back from my holiday, the support has been really, really good, and I thank you guys for that. Yeah, I'll leave you guys to enjoy your evenings, and yeah, we go again on Sunday, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. So yeah, I'll have to see you guys then. Enjoy your evenings. I'll hit the outro, and peace.
But that was just my Feeling Blue match review for this week. Thank you ever so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this match in the comment section below, and if you'd be so kind, subscribe to the channel and leave the video a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss a video from me, or check out some of the other videos on the channel on screen right now. I've been Mono from Mono CFC, and remember, in the rain or in the dry, keep that blue flag flying high. Come on, you Blues.